So yeah, last night my power supply died. My lights went out for a few hours. We went out to eat, and when I came back, I went to turn on my computer because our lights were back on, and all I heard was what? Tried a few different things, tried it by itself. Each time, nothing would turn on. So it tells me the power supply was bad. It was a Be Quiet 1000 watt power supply. It was a great power supply while it lasted, and unfortunately it died again. It's not its fault. It got zapped. It happens, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I had a very low grade surge protector. But anyway, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and a build with the EVGA SuperNOVA 1000 G Plus 1000 watt power supply. This is an 80 plus gold power supply. So top of the line there, well, there's platinum, but anyway, top of the line there. Come over here real quick as I do the unboxing, and then as I'm done with that, I'm going to jump over to a build real quick. I don't have a way to edit videos unless I have this guy. So come over here real quick. Alright, so again, this is the EVGA SuperNOVA 1000G Plus 1000 watt power supply, and I'll go ahead and put a link in the description below and the pinned comment so you guys can check it out on Amazon. Actually, it's priced amazingly well right now for a 1000 watt power supply. This is again 80 plus gold certified, 90 to 92% reliability under 115 and 220, 240 VAC respectively. But this power supply is fully modular. All right, it is whisper silent with increased airflow, having 135 millimeter fluid dynamic bearing fan, 135 over the standard G, and it is under full load. It's 24.3 dB. All right. So first off, we have EVGA SuperNOVA G Plus series. Then it goes over 650, 750, 850, 1000 watt. Right over here. This shows you how to install it, features, and all that good stuff. So definitely good information, but I'll go over that all here. And I'm going to put this aside just for right now. We'll get to that in one sec. Okay, so I'll just be taking out everything here. Wow. All right, so just that you see, there's nothing else in this box. All right, this brings one 20 plus 4 pin ATX cable. Ooh, and Velcro too. So it goes from your motherboard to your power supply. It also comes with a Molex to a floppy disk adapter. So something you don't see much around anymore, but hey, they have it there because just in case. Then they have, I'm really impressed, they have a bunch of these Velcro ties. You could probably use that for zip tying afterwards without the actual zip tie. Then they have here two 8-pin EPS cables. So 2 of those. Then they have 2 more 6 plus 2, so 4 there. And then another 2 here, so 6 altogether. And there's also these 2 6 plus 2 cables. So one cable has 2 6 plus 2s and the other cable has 2 6 plus 2s. So that's nice, a lot better for, you know, video cards that might have 2 connections rather than running 2 separate strands. And then 2 by 3 Molex adapters. For those of you that might still have Molex anything, so in case you don't know what Molex is, this is Molex. Standard is pretty much dead, but a few things still have it. And then of course we have the nice and thick gauge cable that goes plugged into the wall. I'll go ahead and list the gauge down below, okay? And then they also have, which is nice, well, the 4 power supply screws. That would have been nice if they were black, but whatever. And then a power supply tester, so you can test if your power supply is bad. Yesterday I tested my power supply putting in a paper clip on the 4th and the 5th pin over here, and unfortunately that's how I tested that it was bad. Okay, so then, and then now we have another baggy O cables. These are the SATA cables. I was worried a minute, I didn't see them. 4 bundles of 3 SATA cables. So these are for your hard drives, SSDs, optical drives if you still have them, and the power supply itself. From the pictures, it was actually pretty awesome looking. Looks pretty sexy, right? Matte black finish. Then down here, we can see the part number, UPC, EAN, and serial number right there. Back of the power supply with the power switch as well. Okay, the side of the power supply, and I'll go ahead and list all these ratings on the screen as well. Same thing on the other side. And then this is incredibly impressive. You can see right over here they have 1, 2 peripherals, so those are the Molex. 1 CPU over here, and then another CPU right down here. Then they have 1, 2, 3, 4 SATAs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 VGA, and then right down here, the 24-pin power connection. So pretty impressive how many ports they have on here. So anyway, let's get to the actual oh, and then, sorry, then on the bottom, don't forget to take this out. Not too impressive, but anyway, then 1000 watts silk screened right on there. So pretty nice. All right, so let's get started putting this inside the machine. All right guys, so first off, we're gonna start by, not by inserting the power supply like you might think. We're gonna start by connecting all the cables that we think we're going to need into the power supply. Now, the reason I say that is once you slide this guy right in here, it's gonna be very hard to wedge your hands in there and plug in those cables. So it's best just to take it out. Now, because I'm replacing a power supply, I've already counted how many I need, so you're definitely going to need to plan how many cables and length and all that good stuff. So, all right, then here, first one we're gonna plug in, because we know we're gonna use it, is the 24 pin, the one that goes plugged into the motherboard. So just this short guy right in here. Just have it click in, and this guy right over here. Okay, clicked in, good to go. Now we're going to plug in right next to that, so we'll go ahead and use, so right here we can see there's 2 SATAs, so we'll go ahead and use those since they're right here next to it. So plug this guy in here. And this guy right over here. Now don't get triggered because I didn't plug it into SATA 1 or SATA 2 or 3 or 4 in order. It's okay whichever way you plug them in. Okay, and then now since we have up here the 2 CPUs, let's go ahead and plug those in real quick since they're right there anyway. Okay, so one down here for CPU 2. Now, most motherboards are only going to have one EPS connection, but this motherboard has 2, and we're going to use them both, just because, really. Okay, and then we're going to plug in. I decided to use this guy, the one that is the PCIe cable that branches off to 2 6+2 connections. That way, the video card only needs 1. Okay, and I'm plugging in a second one just in case I have another video card to review, and that way it's a lot easier for me to get to. And that's it. So now what we're going to do is just put the power supply aside for right now. Then we're going to grab all these cables and just slide them in here, and then just pull them through here. And just go ahead and slide your power supply in. Now you're going to put it in this particular case, the fan is going to be facing down, so it's going to be sucking air up from the bottom because there is a filter on the bottom. Okay, and then in this particular power supply, or case, I should say, there is a cover here. So we're just going to go ahead and put that in there and then screw in the power supply. Okay, now I know this power supply came with silver screws for the power supply, but I prefer the black ones, so since I already had them, I'm gonna go ahead and use them. Then you just match up the holes right over here. What I'm going to show you guys is just the basics. I'm not going to get incredibly detailed on cabling it because this is going to take me a long time to make it look nice and pretty. So I'm going to show you the basics and then I'll come back to make it look nice and pretty. So to plug in your SSDs or your hard drives, you're just going to want to remove it from here or wherever it may be on your particular case. These SATA cables. Then we're going to go ahead and plug in. You'll notice there's like a little L right down here, and that lines up with the L right over here. So then we just pop that in right over here. Okay, and then we're going to take a SATA cable and plug in that SATA cable right over here. Now the SATA cable, that doesn't come with a power supply, and that goes ahead and gets plugged in right over here to a header on the motherboard for SATA. So just a quickie on that one. And I'll go ahead and put this back. I'll take care of it as I'm making it look pretty. You do that after you connect everything else. Then we're going to want to go ahead and feed the ATX 24-pin connection. Okay, and then we're going to plug it in, and it's going to be in a different place on every motherboard, but mine is right up here and it is angled sideways. So I'm just going to go ahead, oops. Okay, just plug that one up there. And then here are the two EPS 8-pin power supply or CPU cables. And again, just to show you guys how to do it, I'm going to go ahead and connect them up here. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and plug in the video card. Now, since I have been reviewing the Sapphire Pulse 5700 card, just going to go ahead and pop it in right in here. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab that other PCIe cable. Now remember, this is just one cable, so it comes in very handy. So you just put together that 8-pin. Let me zoom in so you can see it better. Okay, so then we grab that 8-pin. Slide it right in there. Now we grab that other one, just 6 of them, put aside the other 2. All right, so that's basically it. Now, if you wanted to, the computer is completely cabled. It's just completely ugly. So I'm gonna pretty it up, and then actually, let me go ahead and just make sure everything powers on. One sec while I grab a cable. All right, so I'm gonna plug it in for the first time. All right, and let's press the button right up here. That's normal. We should hear beep, 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 beep. Maybe. I forgot what those beeps are, but it might be normal, so let you guys know in a little bit. Alright guys, so after, and I didn't realize I was still being filmed, but after I reset the CMOS with this little red button over here, let me zoom in so you can see it, barely see it, it's a little red button up there. But after resetting that guy, just holding it down for a few seconds, I was able to boot into the BIOS. Sorry for my studio. I'm in the process of moving, so didn't want to boot into Windows, so let me go ahead and restart real quick. Alright guys, so I swapped out the power supply again with the EVGA 1000G Plus SuperNOVA, and as you can see right over here, she's working. So the issue I was having before that you heard all the beeps was she was overheating. I didn't have the liquid cool pump or anything aside from the fans plugged in, so she was overheating. I'm very thankful for thermal throttling. It was just keeping itself cool so it wouldn't burn itself out. But as you can see, she's working great. You will see a lot more from me on this power supply, so stay tuned here. EVGA. See you guys.
Disclaimer: this product was provided to the author to do a review. All opinions are 100% authors and authors alone. For more information, visit bit.ly/dbdisclose. To have your product or brand showcased on Dragon Blogger, visit bit.ly/reviewmyproduct. Thank you for watching.